aren't worth my... Her voice cracked with anger. Escarabajo. He frowned. Escarabajo. He thought it was Spanish for beetle. Glaring, she rummaged in her purse. Forget it. Her girlish lilt morphed into gruffness. I changed my mind. She slapped cash onto the cedar bar so recklessly that a bowl of peanuts slid off the edge. Frank, approaching with her drink, retrieved the dish and gaped as she barreled through the dining area past a couple of coffee drinkers. A deep frown creased his shiny bald head when he straightened up. What's with her? Not sure. Phillip watched her stomp away with her long skirt swishing around her western boots. She yanked the heavy front door open and banged it shut behind her. Resting his elbows on the bar, Frank lowered his voice. What was she saying? Relieved that Frank hadn't heard, Phillip settled back onto his stool. It didn't make sense. I don't think I've seen her in here before. You know, you might not have. She's an expat. Spends a lot of time in Mexico. Frank frowned. She's been gone a few weeks, maybe ever since you started coming in. Expat? Muttering. Damn, peanuts everywhere. Frank reached for his broom before explaining. Yeah, you know, an American with a home in Mexico. He bent closer and lowered his voice. Her husband, an older guy, died a few years ago. She still stays down there a lot but comes back here for visits. Her sister's family lives here. Ah, Phillip nodded. The full realization that his Valentine's night bourbon blackout must have included Carmen hit Phillip as the cafe door opened again. Expecting her re-entry, he spun around. But instead of Carmen, the hulking form of his boss, Al Wilson, entered. He spotted Phillip and headed toward the bar. Frank straightened up and asked, Why are you guys in so early today? Did you finish the power plant? No, Phillip said as Al approached. I went in at 2 this morning, so I took off early. Al clapped Phillip on the shoulder. Damn right he did. This guy saved my ass today. Everything he wants tonight is on me. Shoving Carmen's vacated bar stool to a normal distance away, he added in his booming voice, Now let's hear how the hell you managed to squeeze through that asbestos barrier in hazmat gear. Phillip shrugged. Anyone could have done it. Nope. Al shook his large, shaggy head. Not true. When they called me at midnight, they were sure the power would shut down for the whole region. He faced Frank, who was finishing his sweeping. No way could I get back from Dallas in time. He knuckle-thumped the bar. How about a couple of drafts? The door opened. Again, Phillip tensed, but it was only a family, probably coming in for dinner. When Frank set beers in front of them, Al took a quick drink, clunked his mug down, and with one elbow on the bar, faced Phillip. I hate to think how much money I could have lost on this job. While Phillip answered Al's questions about the repair, the cafe filled with diners. Granny, the head cook, wearing her yellow checkered apron, stepped out of the kitchen and called out, Dinner special is ready. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, and fresh green beans. She held 2 loaded plates of the meal. With pecan pie for dessert. Al, nodding at Granny, grabbed his beer and headed toward his regular table. Those plates for us? Phillip followed. You betcha. Granny, waddling a little, approached with the plates. Heard your big feet stomp in. She set the plates on their table. Well, Mr. Phillip Richards, everybody's saying if it wasn't for you, we'd be without power. Thank you, Phillip said, accepting a plate. Looks delicious. Al scooped a bite of mashed potatoes. How come you're serving, Granny? Where's the waitress? Up and quit on me. But this is an easy meal to manage. Watching Phillip dig into the food, she patted his shoulder. I thank you for your hard work while the rest of us was sleeping in our beds. Throughout the meal, Al complained about change orders at his Dallas construction site. Phillip tried to focus, but Carmen's words, Valentine's night promise, nipped at the edges of his thoughts. They were finishing the meal when a text from Phillip's younger sister, Lily, buzzed in. Call ASAP.